Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you are all in good conditions, right? Let me introduce myself. My name is Elsa Putri Silviana and my number student is 51706140007. Okay, the first I want to say thank you because for this moment I can make some presentations for today. And the first, the Honorable Miss Rini Lindawati MPD, as my teacher on seminar thesis proposal, and all my friends in the classes. Maybe you have some experience, trouble or difficult to learn and adding vocabulary or pronunciations, right? Except but the monotone method, like just read the book or just say by dictionary book, right? Maybe you have tried some way like hear some music or sing a song, and try to hear some informations by audiovisual because can engage and improve by the some memorial in the brain and make easier than us to adding the vocabulary and some pronunciations. You can must try by the way and the fun way. Let me discuss about the effectiveness of listening by using song to improve vocabulary and pronunciation in 10th grade SMA Negeri 1 Bangsal. The first we have some overview. Wait for a second, please. Okay. Overview, we have a chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. The chapter 1, we have an introduction, a background study. Why listening song can improve vocabulary and the pronunciations. The listening is the cornerstone for all the other abilities to be established and the primary medium by which students develop original interactions with their target language and culture. It is considered the most challenging language skill for specific language learners. Therefore, the presentation of the object issues audience and using sound or video or expected to attract learners' passion for material present through for accepting in the 2001 and 89 and Hiroyuki 2021 found that many students were satisfied with the learning environment when applied media to be blended training if there contact between speakers, listeners, and the communication occurs. And the two, song lyrics in the study and the classified into the audiovisual media because the student didn't merely look at the paper containing the lyric English song. But it's also the students hear directly the song that they use the word and the many advantages of the using English song lyrics as the tool, teaching vocabulary as proposed by Arshad 26 and Zahro 20 and 10. Those are the teaching process will be more interesting. The material will be clear if the students can understand the material easily. And teaching and the learning process will be furious and the explanation above by using song at least students will pay attention. The vocabulary in the song lyric the provided by teacher. And the third, we have the according to Setiman 20 and 12. Media is anything that can be used as some information to send the receiver so they can stimulate the student thought, interest, feelings, and attentions. So that the learning process can take place. Example of media that can be used as can visual media and such a picture, poster using media such as listening to songs, speeches, news, or exercise. Or you can also use audiovisual media such as videos or movies. There are many medias that can be used to adding and improve vocabulary and pronunciations. And the fourth, we have some pronunciations is one of the important parts the learning English. Pronunciation is needed to accomplish the purpose or oral communications between the speaker and the listener. He is Shamonglu 2006. Therefore, by mastering pronunciation skills, the English learner could minimize misunderstanding when they are communicating with the other people. And the second, we have a problem of the research. Past the explanations about the research problem can be formulated as the follows. The one we have how is the effectiveness of listening by using song to improve vocabulary and the pronunciations, and the second, how is the advantage of the listening by using song to improve vocabulary and the pronunciations. And next, we have objective of the research. The objectives of the study are the first, to explain the effectiveness of the listening by using song to improve vocabulary and the pronunciation or related studies. And second, to find out the advantage of the listening by using song to improve vocabulary and the pronunciations. And next, we have a significance of the research for teachers. This study is expected to provide useful information and knowledge about the effectiveness of the listening by using song to improve vocabulary and the pronunciations. And the second, for researcher, results of the study are expected to help provide theoretical information and can be a reference by user researchers who are interested in the use of audio media in teaching vocabulary. In chapter 2, we have a literature review. The first, we have a concept of listening. Listening according to the Vine 1982, cited in the Kilakchani and Ahmadi 2011. Listening is the primary means by which incoming ideas in the information are taken under Word 1989. Simplified the definition of the listening, the activity of paying attention and trying to get meaning from something we hear. And the Mendelssohn, cited of the Kilakchani and Ahmadi, define listening comprehension as the ability to understand the spoken language or native speaker. And the second, we have the pronunciations. Pronunciation is one of the important parts in learning English. Pronunciation is needed to accomplish the purpose of oral communications between the speakers and the listener by his Monoglu 2006. And therefore, by mastering pronunciation skill, the English learner could minimize misunderstanding when they are communicating with the other people, accepted by Harmer 2001. The teachers felt that they already do a lot of things in teaching pronunciations. Next, we have the vocabulary. Vocabulary plays an important role in the language learning. It doesn't matter what the language we learn or want to master, what must we understand, and the vocabulary with the target language. Every language spoken in every country has its own word list. The word "where" can compile and assemble into a sentence which we are eventually used by humans to communicate orally and in writing. The more vocabulary a person has, that easier it will be to choose and sort out the words that will be used in speaking, writing something by Newman in The Wire 2009. And the chapter letter review, we have the function words, substitute word, contact word, and distributed words. The function word is a grammatical words are the word are used to declare the grammatical relationship with the other and the sentence. And other word function words are words used to express the grammar and the structure in relations, which include function word, namely determiners. And the substitute words are indicate that a specific individual thing or actions replace the entire tenses. And the third, we have the content words. Content words are indicated the names of objects or things, namely substantial noun, table, clock, book, pencil, action verb, running, and exercise. And the distributed words are distributed with the or use the negative extents based on the grammatical data for the grammatical data. And the teaching vocabulary teaching has been included in language learning because vocabulary is the basis for the mastery for the language skills speaking, reading, writing, and listening. Without the mastering vocabulary, it will be difficult for students to learn English. Vocabulary teaching can create an environment for students to continuously use relevant vocabulary in reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Without the sufficient vocabulary, students will not be able to communicate effectively to express their ideas in oral written form. And the media is a teaching or needed to help students according to Ans Nawir 2002 states the media is to distribute messages and can stimulate the mind, feeling, and students order to support accurate the teaching process. And the next we have visual media, audio media, and untouched media. Wahilda Carly argues the properly selected the media will help students under the concepts and the information the students receive or have regarding the material being worked on. They are components by this visual media, audio media, and untouched media. Visual media use basic communication tools and materials such as a TV, radio, graphic, image, book, magazine, and exercise. About the audio media is media that uses audio in the learning process, such as voice recordings, music recordings, drama recordings, and interview, or anything else can make the learning process by the audio. And the touch media is a medium that use media and provides opportunities for students manipulative and the teaching material, the student opportunity, a model as the language to adding some knowledge by untouched media. Okay, next we have a song. Song is sort of music with the words be sung by Oxford Learners Pocket Dictionary of the New York Oxford University Press 2008. Song is a short musical work set a poetic text with equal importance given to music and the words. But the lyrics or set of words that make up a song. Lyric can be studied the firm and academic perspective. Lyric can also be analyzed with the respect to sense of unity as the supporting by music. And chapter 2, we have the research method. Research method is the researcher used the classroom action research by method CAR. The four part passes in the research cycle and planning for the doing the research, implementing, acting, application, observing to see how the process of the treatment reflecting study what the students have done and affect the students' vocabulary environment. The subject of this action research is a single classroom containing 30 students in SMA Negeri 1 Bangsal. Instrument is the generic term that researchers use for a measurement device, lesson plan, test, and questionnaire. In this research, the data were taken from test, pre-test, and post-test, and object the questionnaire. This we have some plan about the action research cycle. We have from planning, implementing, observing, and reflecting. And reflecting with the next with the some fail or success and the conclusions. And the normally test, according to Kadir, to use the of analyze normality task related to normal distribution of preliminary analysis and the prerequisite for whatever the statistical analysis technique can be used to test the hypothesis. Normally test is drawn towards the classes that provide a two class. assessment, experimental, and the control class. Okay, we have point A. If the signification score of a shame sig a two-tiled one person, it means the theta or normally of some populations. And B, if a shame sig two-tiled or more, or 0.05, it means that the data are not normally distributed. And hypothesis testing. The researcher used the task components, the task, the research, speculation, and to discover whether there are maybe enormous distinctions between the performance of variable of this study. In speculation, checking out the researcher used impartial to take a look. And the explanation, we have some two pattern. It is 2 and O, mx min my in the cross, samx and samy. X, it means score of post-test of experimental classes or mean study. Main score of post-test, and SEMX is standard error score of experimental class, and SEMY standard error score of control class, and applying listening strategy in experimental, applying conventional technique in control. Wait for a second. Okay, we can go back. Okay, enough. Okay, we are can next by statistical hypothesis. The researcher compared the value with the table and the hypothesis, or if the value understand the table is approved has rejected, it means there are no significant differences between before and after the listening using song to improve vocabulary and pronunciation in 10 grade SMA Negeri 1 Bangsal. And the second, if the t value, the table, is approved, is rejected, it means there are significant differences between before and after listening using song to improve vocabulary and pronunciation in 10th grade SMA Negeri 1 Bangsal. This is by our references, and thank you so much for my presentations today. Thank you so much for the scenes about my presentation. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.